Could Taylor Swift still be friends with Blake Lively? And I mean Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey, Jason Kelsey. Could they still be friends with the Lively clan, the Reynolds clan, and they were yanking all of our chains this whole time, including Taylor Swift's father, who seemingly would have been playing the Wayfair parties if the phone call we believe was from him. Let's get into it. F around and find out. Well, hello there, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of F Around and Find Out. I'm your host, Elsie, and this is going to be a quick yap session, right? A couple of things. I'm not going to play the video here because I don't want to, honestly, and I don't want to give them the view for it, but they are, the video is about them reviewing Blake Lively's movie, Sisterhood of the pants that they never washed, that went everywhere, that somehow fit everybody, right? And they specifically, again, the video being posted today is bizarre, right? Which makes me question, and everybody else in the comments was questioning, does this mean they're back together and hanging out with Blake? Does this mean they support Blake? A lot of people were under the assumption that the video was new, or at least filmed recently. As you can see right here, at the time I took the screenshot, this video had been posted for 5 hours and had 11,000 views. It's well over 20,000 now. By the time you're seeing this, probably in the 30s, I'm not sure. You can see just even from Travis Kelsey's mustache that this is not current, right? And then you see the decoration behind him. I don't know if that's a form of a Christmas tree. I don't know. And then you can see from Jason Kelsey's background and his facial hair, this is not current. And I'm going to compare that. I'm going to give you guys something to compare it to. Right here, which is Jason Kelsey's face and his background when they did the Taylor Swift podcast, which we know for a fact was a month ago, right? At most. I'm gonna come back to this, but I also want to quickly show you guys. They reference a poll, right? They did a poll with the audience that say, hey, which films should we watch for the first New Heights Film Club? I guess they were starting a film club at their podcast. I do not know for you. If they did more than one of these. I actually saw the date and I had a jump scare because I was like, wait, what? But it is from 2024. So if you look at the date, this poll was taken on October 3rd, 2024. Almost 44,000 people voted on this. Almost 1 million people saw this tweet, but it was from a year ago. If today's October 6th, a year and 3 days ago to be exact, right? And what do we know about a year and some change ago? Taylor and Blake and Ryan and Jason, no, the other one, Travis, were at the very least still hanging out. The actual last confirmation we have of all of them, Blake, Ryan, Blake, Ryan, Travis, and what's her name? Taylor hanging out is from October 12th, 2024. I believe they went to dinner or lunch or something of the sort in New York City. So we know for a fact they were cool around that time, right? If you look at the background for the Travis Kelsey Taylor Swift thing, just look at Travis Kelsey's facial hair. Look at his haircut. I know the other one, he's wearing a hat. Look at his background. Look at Jason Kelsey's hair. Everything is literally dark black. There's no brown. There's no gray, right? And then we're going to go back to, I'm back. I didn't even know I could do that. And then we're going to go back to right here. Stark difference. Literally, you cannot compare the two. So we know for a fact it was not recorded recently. We can guarantee ourselves that. We also know the poll was taken a year ago. We also know from a lot of people what they're saying. Even though they reposted the video today, first I thought they just needed a filler episode, right? Because this, again, was reposted today. It's not like it was a video from back in the day that they resurfaced for whatever reason or is starting to trend now. It's a completely new repost. People are saying they saw it back when it was posted a year ago or beginning of the year. I forget the exact timing. So I don't know the reason behind them reposting it. I don't know what ignited this. I don't know. I don't know if this is supposed to be a message, an Easter egg, which is what some people are saying. They're like, this is Taylor Swift using the Kelsey brothers to prove she's still friends with Blake. And then I'm like, at this point, if she cannot use her words to say, yes, I'm still friends, I'm defending my friend, I'm supporting my friends, having a grown man use his podcast to send messages is bizarre behavior. I don't know that I think that is what it is, right? I don't know that I think she's using the Kelsey's podcast to do that. But it is weird that out of the blue, they just reposted this podcast. Before we jump to our next story, I wanted to do a quick refresher and see if you guys remember this brooch moment from back in, I believe it was April, when Justin Baldoni, not Justin Baldoni, Brennan Sklenar wore the brooch Justin Baldoni wore for the It Ends With Us premiere. You guys would remember that, right? I mean, I myself was like, no, this is a sign. This is a big deal. And Brennan Sklenar, having no backbone, came out. I was like, no, this is not me saying I'm in support of Justin. It was just like a wink and ink. I just happened to wear the brooch. It was sent to me by the jeweler, blah, blah, blah. Now, fast forward to today, and people are losing their minds because Taylor Swift seemed to be wearing similar, not even the same, similar jewelry in her music video to Blake Lively's carpet from It Ends With Us. Let's take a look. Let's review first. Let's agree that it's not the same, very similar. People saying Taylor borrowed Blake's, be for real. Blake is not paying for that. Not that she can afford it, but like it will cause a big chunk, right? Almost all the celebrities, almost all of them are known to borrow their jewelry from Lorraine Schwartz. Lorraine Schwartz is the diamond lady. Not that these celebrities can afford some of these pieces, but why would you buy it when you can get it on loaner? Now, Blake and Taylor are not the first people to wear the same jewelry from Lorraine Schwartz or reimagined jewelry or something from the same collection even. It's just that if Lorraine is going to loan something to, say, Beyonce, she probably won't loan the same thing to Kim because people are going to see that, oh my God, it was on Kim. Now it's on Beyonce. It was on Beyonce. Now it's on Kim. Controversy. I didn't have enough time or care enough to go dig up the name of the jewelry or if it's from a collection. It did not tickle me that much to figure all that out. I do care about you guys. Now, I think it is very possible that Blake is wearing that bracelet on top of another piece. You know what I mean? To create the contrast, to make it very obvious. But it makes sense to me that the one below her wrist comes from the same collection as the one above because they look like the same diamonds in the pink and purple section. We're going to look at it like this and we're going to be real. This bracelet on Taylor's hand could be the exact bracelet on Blake's hand, but lying on top of a thicker kind of bangle, like a choker, but for your wrist situation. And Blake overlaid it with that one, right? Could be. Very, very well could be. It looks the same. It looks the same enough. I don't want people to say it doesn't look the same at all. It's completely different. The one underneath it, the silver thicker piece underneath Blake's on Blake's wrist makes it look completely different. But if you're going to be honest and you're going to look at Blake's wrist, that piece on the bottom is what separates it. I cannot confirm that it comes like that. I cannot confirm that it comes together. That's how she wore it. So for the purpose of this demonstration, it's different. But if you were to imagine taking away that choker piece of it, it's the same bracelet. At the same time, it's not for Blake Lively. Taylor didn't borrow it from Blake Lively. She definitely got it from Lorraine Schwartz. Do I also think Taylor looked through the catalog herself and got it from Lorraine Schwartz herself? No. Her costume director did that. Did her costume director know Blake had it on already? And did she run it by Taylor? And did Taylor approve? That is what I don't know. Whether or not the costume designer saw the book of who's had it before or saw it on Blake before and confirmed with Taylor, hey, Blake had this on before. Do you still want to wear it? Is what I can tell you. Whether Taylor said yes to that is what I can tell you. Did Taylor say yes to this piece without ever knowing Blake wore it? Or did the costume designer literally tell Lauren Schwartz, rep, hey, bring us all the pink diamonds you can find? And they literally brought all the pink diamonds. And she just happened to pick the one Blake had on and nobody double checked. That's also a very real possibility. But the big story here of she borrowed it from Blake, there weren't. If I had enough money to work with Lorraine Schwartz, I would borrow this next weekend just to prove to you guys it's literally not that deep. But alas, I'm not that rich. Well, this bracelet Taylor has on is giving some hope to Blake Lively fans or causing some type of confusion because people are thinking she borrowed it from Blake as a bestie thing. Beloved, calm the fuck down. They both borrowed it from Lorraine Schwartz. I wish Blake Lively could afford this bracelet because then she couldn't afford lawyers. This is the bracelet in question, by the way. And there are people thinking it's not the same. Blake's was on a cuff. Blake's bracelet is sitting on a cuff in this picture. That makes it look a little different. But when she's in motion, you can see the bracelet has moved off the cuff. In this picture, it's not sitting in the middle of the cuff. It's pretty much sitting on top of the cuff. It's almost sandwiched between the bottom pink diamond and the top one. This is a better picture. It's a little grainy, but you could clearly see that is sitting above the cuff and that is sitting below the cuff. This video, you can see Blake's person fixing that bracelet for her. Probably because it kept slipping, just trying to make it tighter, or at least make sure it doesn't fall. The reality of the situation is Taylor's costume director would have messaged Lauren Schwartz or told whoever their contact at Lauren Schwartz would be, we need all the pink diamonds you have. They probably have a catalog of how people wore it, what they wore it with, to make sure there's not like a clash. Whether or not the costume director would have taken the time to look at that list or gave a shit about that list or run it by Taylor to say, hey, Blake wore this a year ago, do you care to wear it, is a different story, right? But do I think she picked it because Blake wore it before? I don't think so. I think it just worked for what she was trying to do. But just to satisfy the curiosity, it is the same bracelet. It absolutely is the same bracelet. There's no confusion about that. Do I think that's some sort of nod to Blake? No, I don't think so. If you wanted to come off as you're supporting your friend, you come out and you support your friend. Nobody has time for your fucking games. You're a grown woman. Stop this shit. If you wanted to support Blake, you say, hey, Blake, I'm out here. I support you. A bracelet is not it. Thank you so much for attending my TED Talk on diamonds that I can't afford. That's been our quick yap session for today. I just didn't want the information spreading out there that this video is current or they're together or it was all for fakesies. I don't know, right? Or Taylor's dad was sent to confuse Brian Freeman. I don't know all that. All I can tell you for a fact, that video on the podcast is not current. That's all I can tell you. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your subscriptions, your comments, your likes. I appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed, please make sure to do so. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.